Parents, you have to do better. You have to do better. Am I generalizing? I think I am. As a matter of fact, it's not a thought. I am generalizing because there are parents who are doing things to make sure their children are rounded. So this message is for the parents who are not ensuring that they grow children or train children to be whole and be meaningful citizens of society in different ways, right? And it ends up hurting them. I was having a conversation with a child, teen particularly, and that's why it triggered this video. And I was happy that the child needed better. A male child, male teen, might I add. He just knows that his parents are focused on him doing well academically. And as a result, he doesn't know how to do basic things in the household. I am also privy to teens who, females, who do not know how to do anything but bookwork, you would say. And it breaks my heart every time, especially having now this season in my life to navigate. I am particularly grateful for the foundation my parents laid, especially my mom, in ensuring that I could cook, clean, wash. I can do basic cornrows. This is what I have under my wig. And I can't sew properly, but I know how to do a base and do some hem. So I know basic things. I cook well. I know how to make juice and these things, and I clean well. I know how to keep my environment tidy. And when I say cooking, it's not just cup soup or to boil an egg or things like that. I can make nutritious meals that will help me to function well, my body, that is. And I don't have to end up wasting my money on fast food every time Uber Eats coming here or there. If you're in Jamaica, it's takeout. I'm not sure what they call it in your sides of the world. Please remember to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And if you're a parent here and you are able to add value as to how parents can help to make sure their children are, I wouldn't say independent, I say self-sufficient, regardless of the gender. Self-sufficient is important. And it makes life easier for the parents when your child is able to take care of their own things, assist you. It's important. Please. My question though, why is it that parents who are not training their children to be self-sufficient deem it important to prevent their child or children from understanding how to do basic tasks? Like, why is it? Is it that it satisfies a part of you? Is it that you had some trauma growing up rather, where in the household you had to do everything and you feel like you were burnt out and you want to prevent your child from doing that or feeling that way? Because if that's the case, I kind of understand. It's not right, but I kind of understand. Or for those who are focused solely on academic performance, is it that you didn't get the chance to complete school as you would want, or you want to make sure your child has no excuse to tell you why they don't do well academically? What is it? Please share with me if you are that, or if you know of somebody who is like that. Please share in the comment section. Without you, Keita Shines is not Keita Shines. So shine in the comment section, please. Right. Parents, male and female, or if you choose not to say your gender, you're gender neutral. A human being should be able to function effectively in society. And a part of that is understanding how to maneuver different spaces. And there are basic skills that I think parents should teach their children. One, teach them how to make a proper meal. I would say knowing how to, we would say steam local rice, knowing how to cook rice, do some chicken, basic chicken. And I'm not sure what your meal would be like in your culture. I know that there are different persons across the globe who connect with Keita Shines. So you can also share with us what is a basic meal that you think a child should be able to do. The child is 13 years old. I was able to make good cornmeal porridge. I would say from I was in grade 4. That's about 9, 10. Yeah. And it wasn't because I was forced. My dad, he makes a very good cornmeal porridge and I love it. I think I'm from a porridge household. We love porridge. My mom does, my brother does, and I think my nephews do too. Yes, so I would see my dad making it and I would ask him how, and he showed me. And one morning, I don't think he recognized that I really learned. And I went downstairs. He and mommy were in the bed still talking. And I made porridge and I took it up to them. Mommy was like, daddy was like, and they tasted it. And guys, it was good. And then my mother, she believes in these things, self-sufficiency. I'll give that to her. At what point I think she was doing too much, but I realized it wasn't. It was just me being lazy. The part that I don't agree with is if she's sitting close to the remote control for the television and she's gonna call me out of my room to come and give it to her. That's annoying. That I don't agree with. But apart from that, I learned how to cook. I learned how to make rice early, chicken early. I do good oxtails. I do good curry chicken, mutton. The thing that I didn't learn from my mother, and I think it's because I felt a sense of trauma in my mind. I took that trauma upon myself. Yeah, I don't know if there is something like that, but it wasn't her doing. I know it was me deciding in my mind. Because my mom bakes very well. Oh gosh, her potato pudding. Ugh. And I don't like every kind of pastry. But you give me a nice Jamaican potato pudding, nice caramel pudding, ooh, blue jars, don't know. She does Christmas cake very well. I think I would eat anything baked from my mother, though I'm not a pastry person. Yeah. However, when she baked, there was just too much to clean up. And being the first child, only girl, and that is some gender bias. I had to do enough things in the house, in the kitchen especially. I think because there was this stereotype towards what females are supposed to do versus males. Though they allowed my brother to do basic things, because my brother can do basic things. He cleans well if he wants to, and he is able to iron his clothes. He does very well, iron, because he had to do that from he was very young. So he knows things that I'll give to him. He knows how to do it, and that is my thing. Make sure the child knows how to do it, whether or not they choose to, or when the time comes, they'll be able to apply that skill. So like now my brother, he irons for his family. I think he takes pride in doing it. So the trauma that I would have taken on to myself is that after she baked, or while she's baking, not after, because her kitchen has to be clean while she's cooking or baking or whatever, and then she's baking and cooking, so it's a whole lot of things she's doing at the same time. I had to be cleaning up, or I had to be doing it was too much. And then she bakes, it would be in big sizes and portion. I didn't like it. I want to learn to bake though. I know that I can apply myself if I do. I don't think it's that hard. Yeah. For me, because I know how to cook and they're basic things that I would have done. I got myself no, as a matter of fact, someone gifted us a mixer for an anniversary gift, and I used it to do a fruit cake, and it wasn't bad. I just didn't do it after. Baking is a thing I think that you have to apply yourself to get it right. Anyway, I'm chatting too much. Parents, teach them to make basic meals, good basic meals. You understand? Know to cut up your little season and flavor, add flavor to things. Next thing, wash. We call it wash. Do your laundry and iron. I don't like ironing. However, I'm able to do it well if the needs be. Don't ask me to iron your clothes. I'm not going to say yes, and I'm not going to volunteer. However, if I recognize that you're in dire need, I'll do it for you. Good? Yes. Teach them these things. Please. I boarded in college. As a matter of fact, I boarded in parts of high school, and those were things that helped me. Though my parents would take my ironed uniform or ironed white dresses, I knew how to. I would wash or do my laundry myself, and that helped. In college, I know parents. I'm all the way from Trelawney, now in Kingston. Had to do my own laundry, had to iron my uniform or my tunic, had to cook my own meals. Though we would rotate with flatmates or roommates, we had to cook for each other, and that was good. I'm happy that I learned. Some things you explore along the way or you learn from other people, but it was a good thing, right? Another thing, parent, that you should make sure your children know how to do, male, female, just human being, if they're gender neutral, is to tidy their spaces, clean up after themselves. It's clean up after themselves. You are not turning them into slaves. They have chores, they know their basic responsibilities. But outside of the chores, they make a mess. You clean it up. Don't clean it for them. And you train them from their toddlers. So it becomes it's a muscle memory for them. They know automatically you go and you do these things because it's important. Please teach them, train them well. It cannot only be academics, and it cannot only be that they learn to do household stuff. Balance it. Academics is important. Parents, make it. I know sometimes when they're going to school or even if it's exam time, I understand you can relieve them. But on weekend time, give them something to do. Make them do it. Allow them to do some stuff in the house. And then now they balance the book work. Yes, pit enough for dunce. If they have special needs, you cater to them accordingly. But don't let it be because you don't want to set a schedule for them to take up their book and do their homework and read and study. Or if they prefer to do things on their devices that is academically inclined, you balance it, right? Because some of them will end up becoming things that aren't academically inclined, but they must know the basic things. We would say reading, writing, and arithmetic, right? Let them know. So please, parents, I am appealing to you. Ensure that your children are self-sufficient. It is your responsibility. It is not the teacher's responsibility. It is yours. And you will be proud. You will be proud when they're grown and they're on their own, or they get married and they can function well. You will be proud. And they'll learn to save, because it means they'll be spending less. And teach them how to manage their money. It's a part of being self-sufficient. They don't buy everything they need. They don't get into the shops or the stores or supermarkets and be throwing tantrum and they think it's okay. They throw tantrum one time, fine. Correct the behavior. And again, we know that situations may vary based on the child's need, but you know and you adjust accordingly. You have been gifted with children. They are gifts. Do not spoil the gifts. I beg of you, don't spoil them. Don't. And you teach them that, and you also, a part of being self-sufficient is knowing how to stand up for themselves, knowing how to allow their voices to be heard, knowing that nobody is to be bullying them and they think it's normal, because it's not. Loving themselves, speak life into them, take them to church, let them read their Bibles. Teach them how to tithe. Teach them. Please, I beg you. Please, may I beg you, no. Yes, it breaks my heart when I see the boys and the girls lost. They don't know, they don't understand how to make a meal, how to take care, how to wash their clothes, how to do the dishes properly, how to sweep out a house, how to read, how to stand up for themselves. Different personalities are there, but help them, because this world can be cold. And you won't be there for them every step of the way. But when you help them to cultivate a mindset of self-sufficiency, you won't be worried. If they come crying to you, they'll know. Even as an adult, I can always go to my mother sometimes when I'm broken. But she understands, because at the end of the day, she did exceptionally well in raising a self-sufficient daughter. Please, if you need to make some amendments, do that. But don't make them come out worthless. This is Keita Shines. Remember to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Tell us in the comments how you feel about parents teaching their children to be self-sufficient.